Hello folks, I'm back yet again, doing another champion review. This is be giving my opinions on Starsage Galathir, and showing how I have him built, and just giving you my feedback on what it's like to have him. I'll also showcasing his skills, and his masteries also. I have him in a Stone Skin set, an Impulse set, and a Pinpoint set. I'll be showcasing each piece individually. I have a really good sword. I have a really nice helmet with a triple resist rope. I have a really good shield as well. Gloves are okay. This piece is really good. And the boots, I have them in speed, but I'm planning to change them to HP percentage in the future. And importantly, I also have a resistance band rod. And this is a relic I have him in. It's pretty good for his first form. His first skill gives allies turn meter, and it increases based on the buffs he plays. This is his best skill. It removes debuffs, and it heals allies, and it gives turn meter, and it places block debuffs. That's really insane. His revive skill is this, but it's nothing special. His passive is what really makes him the 20% damage resist, and that's why it's important to have 500 resist. And also that active effect that makes him unkillable. This is him in his second form. His A1 becomes a much better skill, as it decreases turn meter of all enemies, based on the debuff he places. On this skill, he removes buffs from all enemies, and places block active skills, and it's not trigger counterattacks. A really amazing skill. It's its best skill in my opinion, as it increases accuracy, plays decreased resistance, and stuns all enemies. His passive in his second form also scales with his resistance, which is really nice. The masters I have him in. And this is my third time I've rebuilt. I used to have Unshakable on him, but this time I decided to go with Family Intervention, but it pairs with Mythical and Revenge. And I also picked up Master Hexer, as it's important for his decreased resistance skill and his block active skills as well. Okay, now this is my first live arena match. As you can see, they had a speed lead, so we went first. I chose my resistance, Galathir's passive, or Galathir's team lead skill, and I went second, but it doesn't matter. As you can see, right there, his passive just activated. He didn't die when he should have. So I'm going to cleanse and heal, so I can stay alive, and get my come back. There we go, Stun Wukong is up. I'm gonna deny the enemy. And here, you guys will see the mastery activate. As you can see, he got a boost turn meter ×2 when Sun Wukong died. That was a time intervention, I believe, activating. And as soon as my Sun Wukong gets a turn, this battle should be over. Right there, got extremely lucky, as he survived, because his pass was on cooldown, but I was going to win anyways. Because, like I said, they all have active skills, and once my Sun Wukong goes, this game's over. And there we go. He's the first win. Okay, here we go. This is another live arena match. I'm going to be switching him to his second form. And as you can see, I stripped all buffs and placed block active skills. And the most important part is there was no weak hits. If there's a weak hit, the skill would not have landed. it would not have cleansed the debuffs on the enemies. Luckily, this team affinity got matched in my favor, as Galathir is strong against most of them. Anyways, I had to cut this match because it was taking a long time, and that's why I started in the middle of the battle, but that was the second skill. And as you can see, Armand's had the relic that deflects stuns, and it got deflected to Galathir. However, one of his downsides is in his second form, because when he's in his second form, he does not get his passive from the first form, and he's extremely vulnerable. And if he dies, the battle will be over. However, this team had a leg against because my opponent did not have his Mythical maxed out. And as you can see, his Mythical landed a weak hit, which did not kill my champion. And again, I got lucky. Armand's did a weak hit, which should not deny my champion. As you can see, yet again, I got lucky. And I got to go into my second form and revive my team. And since I revived my team, this battle should be an easy win, as I'm low HP, but I do have my passive active. And my Thrala should land her skill, which should make the battle over. And here we go. That's a heal on a cleanse and a turn meter boost. From a Death Knight comes Clutch as he takes out Armand's. And since the enemy Mythical has a X on him, he can't do his most important. He can do his skills, but there's a chance that he gets turned into petrification, and if he does, he'll mute the rest of his team. But Eyeliner block active skills on him just in case. And this battle should be over in my favor yet again. So as you guys can see, if he did not have block active skills, he would have killed my whole team, and he would have revived his team instead. But since I had block active skills, this is an easy win. So usually I cut this part out, but in case you guys haven't seen a live arena match before, this is how it goes. Two players get a chance to pick first of 5 champions. After you guys get your 5, you get to pick one. You get to ban 1 champion each, and your composition here is very important because you can't just choose the best teams. Because, like I said, everyone gets to ban a champion, so you gotta be really careful with your team comps. Anyways, this is a very tough team for me to face. Hopefully, he does not ban my Galathir. And I got lucky this time, so hopefully I'll be able to win this one. Oh, now I remember. Unfortunately, in this match, something strange happens. As one of the Mythical champions seems to have interaction with Galathir's passive. Galathir is extremely weak to ally attacks if he gets ally attacked like my Thrall right here. If he was targeted and didn't have Stone Skin, he would be dead. And second part is, he gets a turn, and then he hits an attack, and then, for some reason, he activates my passive even though I did not drop below threshold. As you guys can see, the passive is on cooldown, but I'm not sure where that is. But now that my Stone Skin is off, if enemy gets a turn, and then he will lose this battle because his passive is no longer active and he will not be able to heal. So unfortunately, their nuker got a second turn. And I believe this is when I died. Yep, as you can see, he killed my Galathir in the passive that did not activate. And that is actually one of his weaknesses. It seems like his passive does get bucked to some certain enemy champions and some Shin skills. So, and I'm not sure why that is, but I just want to showcase you guys in the video. Alright guys, so for this battle I want to showcase another weakness for Starsage Galathir. So I will be switching him to his second form. But as you can see, their cleanser has a stone skin buff. And if he cannot remove it, he cannot deny. And once they get a turn, they just cleanse the debuffs. And it just can become useless because they all get to use their skills again. I could not do their stun because she had stone skin. So she would have cleansed everything. Okay, so for this part, I want to showcase him in his second form where everything goes well, and his strengths. So as you can see, down in team 1 first. But as I said before, I have his resist aura up, so they will not be blended any active skills, as they don't have enough accuracy to either strip the stone skin or land any debuffs. And because I am a strong affinity against Traither champions, I should be able to cleanse them all or remove all their buffs and deny them. As you can see, all buffs are cleansed, Black Active Schisms landed, and they cannot do anything. My Death will get a turn, and it will eventually finish them off. So my teammate will just give up. My opponent will just give up this match because there's not much that they can do. I did want to see that Galathir is really good if you patch him, if you pair him against the right team with the right affinities. And as you can see, my Death Knight got a turn, and my opponent knows he has no chance, so he just left. Okay guys, this used to be my old build before I changed them up. This is an old video, but I just want to showcase him. What I used to have on him. I did not have enough accuracy, and that's why I decided to change my build. Anyways, here I want to show you guys how I'm going to rebuild my Death Knight as offensively for Arena. I used to have him for Solar Dragon. This is a build I would use. But like I mentioned, I have upgraded all his skills, including the one that Galathir, so I can use him offensively, and that's what I plan to do. And this is a build I've been using him in my past arena matches, as you guys saw before. Now, usually everyone builds this champion defensively, but I like offense on him. So this is just the basic offensive skill tree. And then I will be taking defense instead of support, as it affects its healing and damage resistance, which is really important for it to survive. Now I was struggling to pick up this skill or another skill from the offensive tree, but ultimately went with Heart versus Despair, as he would be able to solo fill a lot of champions when he's the last alive, and heal himself from the leech. Now, I also was deciding to go with one of those skills, but I decided with Thought Drinker, just so that 1v1 potential, in case everyone on the team dies. And I'm going with Retribution. And I'm going to go with the Torrents. You guys saw this skill activated early in the video. One enemy tried to place a fear on my champion, and my Death Knight counterattacked and provoked him. So another benefit for Starsage Galathir, guys, is for dungeons. Usually this dungeon I would not be able to clear without playing the game on manual mode, and it would take me a long time because I'd have to use Red Sacred Stone skills. That's one of the hardest bosses in the game, because every time you someone gets a buff, the boss gets turn meter. And once the boss drops to a 50% HP, he nukes your whole team, and it's really hard to kill him or stay alive. But thanks to Galathir, he stays alive, then which means the whole team stays alive. And Mithrala is also cleansing, which was really important. But to be honest, I think Galathir on his own would be able to solve the dungeon. The only reason I'm using Mithrala is for the accuracy. This is the highest tier of the dungeon. Some of my champions don't have an accuracy, so that 80 bump really helps. But that 10 is also important here, as you lands decreased attack. And that saves, that actually saves you in a lot of cases. But as you can see, you can nuke even the strong champions. Because he keeps spamming that skill, where he goes, when he drops past low HP, he has that skill on a 2-turn cooldown, which is very annoying. As you can see the skill right here. This kills most of your champions, no matter their defense. But thanks to Galathir, my team will stay alive, and this should be an easy win. And like I mentioned, most importantly, this can be done to auto. So yeah. And another thing I will mention is if you have Soul Reap, it is really good. Boss like this, as you will see, I'll activate on my Death Knight, and it will help me win this battle. So as you can see, this is one of his strength. He just cleanses and heals and keeps the team alive. And there you guys go. So this one right here will be my final live arena match. I got paired against a somewhat tough team. As you guys can see, they got the first turn again. Luckily, my Starsage has stone skin, so we're not able to target him. Otherwise, he would be dead. Because of ally attack would have him finished. Instead of reviving, I'm gonna go for the deny. And luckily, this match, everything landed, and they got Black Active skills. However, guys, Black Active skills has a major weakness. As you guys will see right now, they all have Black Active skills, and I will even try to decrease their turn meter. But the Mythical gets a turn, and he will one-shot my Sun Wukong with his basic skill. So, Black Active skills is not the strongest in the game, but it can win you a lot of your fights. Now, I could not use my first skill of the stun because I had blocked debuffs. So, let's hope it lands. And as you guys can see, it not only did not land, but it got sheeped. And it did not land on a body fitting champion, which was quite strange. Because my Black Active skills had no problem landing. So, hopefully I survive this round. If I don't, the game's over. However, yet again, I get extremely lucky because our team is not offensive and they have most of the champions. So I'll be able to deny them, and once my Sun Wukong gets a turn, the game should be over. Okay, folks. So for my final showcase, I want to showcase his strength and his weakness at the same time. And this is a perfect team to do that. And I will show you guys what I mean. So as you can see, the enemy team landed a skill and activate all the cooldowns on my champions. You have no added stone skin, which is strange. But anyways, if you're a mythical champion, it does not have to be Galathir. When you get to turn, you can use your Metamorph skill, as it does not get affected by turn cooldown skills. So I should be able to get my turn, and I'll be able to deny the enemy. So this time, I was able to strip all buffs and land Black Active skills, because I did not get a weak hit. I had to slow down to one turn, just to show you guys his skill landing properly. Just to showcase both his skills, including this one, which will stun. and give me enough time to ram the whole team. That is A1. Items pretty basically did not have any block active skills, so the turn meter was on disappearing one time. What if they had block active skills? Activated twice, decreased twice. I mean, 10% twice. What I meant to say. As you guys can see, I released the bombs, and I was able to search forms and rob my team. And here, he will survive the ally attack team because our team is not built offensively, and is built with a bomber and support. However, if they had offensive champions, my Galathir would not have survived that, and it would have been dead. So, and there he goes again, and all skills were activated. Or the cooldowns are activated on all the skills, but my Metamorph was on cooldown because we used it previously. However, there you go, it's the skill cooldown reduction from my your set and my masteries that should have 70% to activate. And it did right there. So I should be able to win this battle no problem, but like I mentioned, I want to show you guys what happens when he hits on his alternate fort, which you guys will see right here. He will not take off the buff. And he will also not the block active skills. That guys just start right there. I would be able to win that battle, no problem. But I want to show you guys one more thing. I guess it's same team. This will be another weakness of having a Starsage Galathir. As you guys will be able to see, if the stone skin gets removed, which it will in this battle, by that champ. Oh no, the stone skill was not removed, but the bomb landed anyways, even though I have 600 resist, at least more than 600 resist on him. So, as you can see, the bombs killed all my champions. And if both bombs land on Starsage Galathir, he will not survive. And as you guys can see, his passive did not activate, and he died instantly. And that is another weakness of Starsage Galathir, guys. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.